Hey friends, how are you? Hope you're well and that you're having a nice week or weekend. I'm not sure where I'm going to post this. I'm hoping to get it, but hopefully get it posted over the weekend. But I thought, as the title says, let's see what I'm going to be reading for the Sarah Morgan Holiday Readalong and what I'm going to be crafting. And then I'm also going to show you all my Sarah Morgan holiday books so that you can see which ones I've got, and I will sort of talk to you about all of them if I can and show you which ones are my favourites. So what am I going to be reading this coming December? I'm reading Wish Upon a Star by Sarah Morgan. Now this is a bind up, okay? And this has two of her books in it. Hold on. See if I can read this without the spectacles. Oh, it doesn't tell me. Okay. How interesting. I would have thought it did. All I know is that this is a bind up of her first two her first couple of her medical ones. How strange. I will leave the two titles of this that are in this bind up down in the comments, but I will read the back if I can do it. It's long distance, it should be okay. Right, love is in the air this Christmas. Christy was hoping to skip Christmas this year. Her kids have other ideas. They've put their dad's name at number 1 on their Christmas list. So it looks as if Christy will be hightailing up to the Lake District to play Happy Families with her ex. Snow-capped mountains and roaring log fires. Alexandra's home is like walking into a Christmas card. Is it really safe for her to spend Christmas with her dreamy, funny, no, entirely infuriating ex-husband? Miranda's completely the opposite problem. Being single and pregnant at Christmas was certainly not her wish come true. She doesn't believe in miracles, but then resident hunk Jake sweeps her off her snow-covered shoes. Come Boxing Day, dare she dream that Mr. Sex on Legs might be for more than just Christmas. So I'm looking forward to it. See, these are her early. Couple of her early ones, but what is interesting, it doesn't. Right, okay, Once Upon a Christmas Star, that's Harlequin, right. So this was published, right, okay, originally published as The Christmas Marriage Rescue in 2006 and The Midwife's Christmas Miracle in 2006. So those are the two books that are in here, say some of her earlier works. I'm looking forward to reading this. And then my craft is going to be, Sarah Morgan always puts robins on her Christmas books, so I decided I was going to cross stitch this robin. So that's going to be my main craft. I am going to be doing baking. There'll probably be other things like house decorating, and so I'm going to sort of try and do a whole gambit of that. It's in my head to maybe try vlogging some of this. I'm not the best at vlogging, guys, you know that. But I thought I might try. But we'll see. We will see if I can cope with it. But Sarah, I know I'm going to leave a link to my co-host Sarah from the Bookish Knitter. I'm going to leave a link to her channel. I know that she is also going to be putting a page up on her Discord for those of us that are, taking part in the read along. I've left her to do that because it seems better that one host has the Discord and just leave it. So that's why we're doing that. And as I say, on Boxing Day, the 26th of December, we're doing a live show. No definite timings for that yet, but we will be doing that. So that will be on Sarah's channel. So I thought I would let you see all my other Sarah Morgan Christmas books and maybe talk about some of them. So the very first one is probably one of my favourites, and that is Sleigh Bells in the Snow. So in this one we meet Kayla, and she loved Christmas. She doesn't anymore, but she works for a group called, she's more dedicated to her job than she is to decking her, Christmas decorating. But she ends up getting a job to help how am I going to put it? Shall we say a holiday resort called Snow Crystals? It's a ski resort. Get back on its feet. And there she meets Jackson, who is one of the owners, along with his brothers and his parents and grandparents. Oh, I love this book. The setting is just delightful. If Snow Crystal Ski Resort actually existed, even though I don't ski, I would want to go there, because there's sleigh rides, there's cabins, there's everything. It just gave me all the cozy Christmas vibes I ever wanted, and I thoroughly enjoyed this one. I may actually if I finish like the one I've slated, I may actually reread this one because I just thoroughly enjoyed it. We then have Miracle on Fifth Avenue. I think this was one of my first Sarah Morgan review crew ones. So in this one we meet Eva, and Eva is house sitting for a house on Fifth Avenue. The owner's mother wants it decorated for Christmas and lots of food in the freezer for him for when he gets back. But what the man is a writer, but what the mother doesn't know is that the man is actually already in the apartment. And it ends up being that, Eva, does she stay and do her job, or does she leave? This was such a fun read. I really enjoyed this one. And this is part of her Hampton series, I think it was called. So yeah, that was a good one. Then we have Moonlight Over Manhattan. This is another one of the same series as the Fifth Avenue. So Harriet is a dog walker. So we meet Harriet dog walking, and she meets somebody in her latest dog walking adventure, and it's the romance from there. I have to say, I can't totally 100% remember most of this one, but I know I did enjoy it. Then we have One More for Christmas, and if I'm right now, is this set in the Scottish? This is set in the Scottish Highlands, so I was like, excellent, brilliant, love this one. So that's right. So Gail is a very strong businesswoman and hasn't spoken to either of her daughters, Ella and Samantha, for years. But when Gail has an accident, she has to call upon her daughters to come and help her. And it's the story of the three of them, working things out as a family group. And I really enjoy it. There are secrets that they have from each other as usual, and it all comes out in the wash. Then this is what's really strange. I have 2 copies of this book. I've got that copy, and I've got this copy. So I've got a UK edition and I've got an American edition. I don't know how that happened, but I do. So that's right. Christy is supposed to go to Lapland with her family, but various things, or with her best friend Alex, that's right. But her marriage is in trouble, and she makes the decision not to go, and she needs time with her husband Seb. But so what happens is that Alex and Seb's oldest friend Zach take their daughter to Lapland, and it's the it's the romance between Alex and Seb, and just how that Alex and Zach, is it what's it called? Yep, Alex and Zach. So it's their romance, and we also find out do Christy and Seb manage to work things out. So there is all of that too. I really enjoyed it. We then have the Christmas Sisters. So Susanna McBride wants for Christmas are her 3 daughters happy and at home, But when sisters Poppy, Hannah and Beth return to their family home in the Scottish Highlands, old tensions and buried secrets start to bubble to the surface. So it's like, again, three sisters having to work through issues that they have, maybe not only with them but with various other things. Really, really enjoyed that one. I have to say, I love the stories set up in my Scottish Highlands. It's like my happy place. We then have Snowed In for Christmas. Right, a family gathering. The Christmas the Miller siblings have one goal: to avoid their family's well-meaning questions. Ross, Alice and Clemmy have secrets they don't intend to share, and they rely on each other to deflect attention. So we have that going on. We then have Lucy, who is facing her first Christmas alone and the prospect of losing her job, unless she can win a big piece of business from Ross Miller, and then she decides to deliver her proposal to the family at home in Christmas in the Scottish Highlands. Snowstorm, snowbound. That's all I'm going to say. Thoroughly enjoyed that one. Oh dear. Oh, a bit of my snow came off this book. Oh dear. So we have Christmas Ever After. Now this is, if I'm right, is the last book in the Puffin Cove series. Is it Puffin Cove it's called? Puffin Island. I haven't read the other. I need to go back and read the others of Puffin Island, but this is to do with a jewellery designer. It's been so long since I've read this, I honestly can't remember very much about it. But she comes to... They go... Right, okay, I'll read the back of it. Jewellery designer Skylar isn't so sure, especially if she suspend it with cynical, aloof Alex. So what if he's a famous historian? He's also determined to think the worst of her, and when a twist of fate means they're stuck together, she's expecting disaster. But as they flee snowy London on a winter adventure that takes them from his family's festive Cotswold chaos to her native Puffin Island, she realises that she may have misjudged him. So that sounds... I can remember enjoying it, but it's been so long since I've read it. We then have A Wedding in December, and this is a whirlwind, Rosie's whirlwind Christmas. They're not 100. The parents are not sure that she should be getting married. They're hiding a huge secret from her. I think they're heading for divorce, if I remember rightly. Her sister is scared that this is an impulsive wedding that is not going to work out. Rosie's having to battle all of their negative feelings, etc. So I say, while since I've read it, no, I enjoyed it. Then Maybe This Christmas. Now this is another one of the very first one I showed you. Hold on a minute. The Snow Crystal. This is another book in that trilogy. I think this is the last one, and we're following Brenna, who works at the resort, and she's always fancied Tyler, who's one of the brothers, but they've been more like brother sister. So it's, can they move on from being brother sister? So I know I really enjoyed that one. And then this year's one, The Christmas Cottage, that's been tabbed. Really enjoyed this one. Really enjoyed the twist in this one, how things came to be, and what it could mean for the main character. That's all I'm going to say, because I know Sarah's reading this one, so I'm not saying very much. So thoroughly enjoyed this one. So those are all my Sarah Morgan Christmas books. Hopefully by kind of looking at them, as I say, there's some that I really have enjoyed. That have stuck with me. Others that not so much, but I love knowing that I have them all on my shelf and I can read them whenever I want to read them. So yeah, I hope that you, having seen those covers and me talking a wee bit about them, will have encouraged you to go and pick one of those up for our read along. So oh, please come join us. It's going to be so much fun. So please, if you've already decided what you're going to read for the Sarah Morgan Holiday Read Along, come and tell me in the chat, in the comments. I'd love to know. And what are you going to craft? What are you going to bake? What sort of... Although we say craft, it can be anything. As I say, it can be baking. It can be house decorating. It can be cross-stitching, crochet, knitting, painting, lino cutting, cupcake decorating. It can be anything you want, as long as it's sort of crafty, festive. I'd love to know what you plan to do. But that's it for this video, friends. Until my next one, stay safe and happy reading. Bye.